Hi and welcome to this step-by-step tutorial on how to tie sea trout flies. I wanted to show you this SeaDsea Nymph I've been tying, and I'm so excited. I've just you can buy my SeaDsea from my webshop. You can just go down on the link and press there, and you can order SeaDsea, and I will ship anywhere. Yeah, no, that's no problem. And the quality of these feathers are. I'm really excited because it's great. And typical, you get in this bag, you can get some really big ones. And a little bit smaller ones. You get every type of quality you can see, and sometimes you will get one small, because I pick a lot of ducks, and when I come home I'll take out whatever I see there and then, but I can't sit and fine comb all the feathers. So one or two of those small you can find, but these are actually very great to use in small scuds. I'm going to show you some scud patterns, and I also got some Mrs. Pattern I'm working on. So yeah, so you can buy my SeaDsea. In this fly I'm using the cinnamon color, and it's a 1 grams in each pack. As you can see, I've called it C, as in sea, DC, but it is SeaDsea from ducks. So yeah. So and you can buy Jumbo, you can buy Fluo Orange. This came out great. I'm so excited for this color, and I got some white, and I'm gonna have these 3 colors for the next upcoming week, this for sale. And I'm gonna start with pink and perhaps a beige or a gray blue dun color. I'm not sure yet, but I need some color in that region, so we'll see. Okay, so for this fly I'm also using from Spirit River, I'm using Diamond Brite, Golden Stone, and I'm using this one, UV Light Olive, and I like the contrast. So yeah, and for a hook I'm using Tiemco 811S size 6 I'm using for this fly. I like this hook because the wire it's quite thick, so it helps the fly sink, and I don't want to use any weight on it. I just, it's easy to tie. And I'm doing something funny with the SeaDsea in the Palmer. I'm going to show you something. It doesn't, it's not a fast way to do it. It's not like if anyone is thinking, oh, Eivind, that's just B-shit. But it's okay, it is, but it's a funny way to tie in SeaDsea hackles. I'm just going to show you. You can use magic tool, but I think it's important for me also to try to think outside of the box and show you other ways to do things, so you don't have to buy magic tool if you don't have the money for it. I try to think, I try to make flies that works in the sea and are easy for you to tie. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, okay, let's start. We're gonna put in a hook, and here you can see the SeaDsea Nymph. I really like it. It actually could work great as a Vulgata Nymph, And you can have some eyes up here if you want, in some mono eyes. So yeah, okay, let's start. I'm gonna speed up this process. I have a lot to do today. I'm gonna film a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, okay, let's start off. Tying thread, I'm just using an Unithread 6/0 in an olive color. I'm gonna tie the thread all the way down to the barb, about there, and I'm gonna have to have my scissor in my hand. I actually like to have this in my hand like this all the time. I just have it like this. So tie the thread a little bit past the barb, okay? And I'm gonna select out 2 feathers for the tail, and I always like to take out some of the feathers, and you see, oh my god, that's a long one. Look at this one. But here you can see the fibers are not so long. This is a nice one for tying other flies. And I'm just gonna pick out. Oh, there's a nice one for a tail. You see, it's a little bit longer fibers here, so I'm gonna pick out 2 of those. I'm gonna say, oh, there's a nice one. Yeah, I'm gonna put. So I like to kind of, oh yeah, I got 2. So I'm gonna pick out 2 big ones with long fibers, as you see. put them on top of each other like that. These are very long, you see. Yeah. And I'm gonna tie them in by the tip. Just pull out there, and I'm gonna tie in there, and I'm gonna go forwards. I'm gonna snip off. It doesn't matter if they turn around or anything. That's no problem. And as you can see here, there are a few of those small ones, you see. But these are great to use for scuds. So I try not to take them out when I'm plucking SeaDsea feathers. I try not to take them out. You see, oh my lord, there's a couple of nice ones for scuds. So you will find a couple of those in the bag. Okay, so I'm gonna move my thread all the way up there. I'm just gonna hackle in two of those. You can use one, or and here you can actually use, if you have to use a white one or pink one or fluorescent orange if you like. You can mix in colors. That's what's kind of the idea of using two feathers here. You can use one of each color if you want. Okay, just go up, hackle it down. And I'm actually the scissor is touching my camera, so I'm just gonna leave it on my table for a while. Okay, so like that, and the feathers are nice and soft, they won't break on you. Perhaps someone will, but I managed to make a couple of nice one here. So yeah, so I'm just gonna tie them down like that. I'm gonna snip off the feathers like that, and I'm gonna pull these ones back. Of course you can use a magic tool now and all of those feathers will be down here, but I like to do it this way. So I'm gonna pull the fibers back. I'm gonna go all the way back to the barb there, and now there are a couple of turns there that's not tied down. Okay, so go back again, and I set my point there to tie the body. I'm gonna use the golden stone one for this one. I'm just gonna take out a small pinch of dubbing, and as you see, I like to start here and dub back and forwards again. I always like that because then the dubbing will be nice and tight, so the teeth of a sea trout will not rip this up as fast. Okay, pull it down and go up again. The thread will go through the dubbing a couple of times, you know, when you do it like this, or you can use a dubbing loop or whatever makes you comfortable. Okay, but I find this makes for a better solid fly. Okay, so yeah, and stop there because we're gonna tie in our SeaDsea feathers here. Okay, like that. Oh, nice tail. Yeah, I think this will actually work great as an regatta nymph. Yeah, it would. Okay, so now I'm gonna select 3 feathers, and I'm not selecting the longest ones. I'm gonna find some of the smaller ones because the longer ones I want to use in I want to use in as a leg or as tail, or I'm gonna use 3 feathers, or if you must use 4 if you want it more compact. But 3 feathers is enough, and I have, as you see, the length is a little bit shorter ones. And now you actually, what I was talking about, you can use 3 different colors if you want. You know, the bottom one will be at the top, so you can use the brown one there, and you can use one fluorescent orange and a white one in bottom, and you pull it over, you will get different colors. But yeah, but I'm just gonna stick with this color because this works great at this time of year. So a couple of turns and just pull it, and now I can see that one won't follow. You have to come here, my friend. We're gonna use you like that. One more try. There we go. Don't pull it so hard, just slack turn. Okay, and then pull it up like that to there, to the middle of the feather, because I want a nice wide, you see. Oh yeah. Okay, and these one you can actually pull them down and tie them back, but I've just snipped them off. You can do what you want. Okay, I know there's a couple of SeaDsea guys, they're gonna tell me, oh, Eivind, you have to do it like this. And if you see another different way to do this, please contact me or send me an email with some pictures. I would really like that. That would be great. And I'm gonna show you easy way to measure a nice size for a dubbing loop. So here you can see my bobbin, and I'm just going to put my finger on top on the thread like that, and I'm going to take one turn like this, and I'm going to measure up the loop like this. I mean, so the finger is about in the middle of the bobbin, and when they are aligned like this, I'm just going to flip it over like that, and you actually get a perfect size dubbing loop for SeaDsea feathers. What I'm going to do now, or yeah, it's nice to have those kind of measures when you're fly tying. Okay, so I made my dubbing loop, and now we're gonna tie the front part. I'm gonna use the UV light olive, okay, for this. I like the contrast, you know, you get two different colors. So yeah, so I'm just gonna dub a nice thin body up here, okay, just don't overdo it, but make it a little bit thicker back there and taper it out to the front. And make sure you get at least 2 millimeters of a gap before you come to the eye, okay? Because you need that, because you're gonna tie in the SeaDsea feathers and everything. So yeah, so like this, okay? And now we're gonna do this funny thing. I'm just gonna say a funny thing because it doesn't make you tie any faster, or it's just a funny way to do it, okay? So you choose. I'm gonna choose a feather that had a couple of, oh Jesus, nice long fibers like this one, and I'm gonna pull out the tip. I'm just gonna do like this, and this is the back side of the feather, and I'm gonna put it in the dubbing loop this way, and I'm gonna put it in. You see the dubbing loop here? There's the thread and there's the thread. I'm going to put it in between, but leaving the tip up. You see? Like that in there, and push it up to the fly. That's important, and pinch it. So now you can spin the bobbin. Now spin the dubbing twister. And what will happen is that spin it good, let it go. This will lock the feather there, and it will lock it down here. So now you can actually just hold the dubbing loop thread and just palmer it. And I like to take a whole turn in the back, like so, and I'm going to pull the feathers like this. It's not a fast way to do it, but it's a really fun way to do it. And the feather will spin around, or what, it doesn't matter. So now you don't have to hold in the feather, you can hold up here. And at the end, the feather is just, now you can just tie in the feather with the rest of the dubbing loop, you see? So yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun way to do it. And if you mean that this is just stupid, please let me know. I know it's a stupid way to do it, but it's a funny way to do it. We have to have some fun by the tying wise, you know. I think so. That's why I'm showing you, because I was thinking when I did this is something I don't want to show anyone, but I don't care. I mean, I really like to do these things for you, okay? Okay, so just tie in the tip like that. Make sure your thread is back there, and I'm gonna pull down the SeaDsea feathers. You get 3 feathers. So I'm gonna take my brush. I'm getting excited now because I can see the long, nice fibers from the SeaDsea I've been picking myself. I'm gonna split up here. And I know you guys can get this. As you see, there's the tip. I'm gonna just pull that one out, and I'm gonna pull all of this back like that. You see? And I'm gonna pinch it with my finger underneath, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, just pull it back, pinch it with my thumb, couple of turns. Take your finger under there and pull this one a little bit up and tighten the thread. And there you go, the same thing as we did on the Brugata Nymph, you know, and snip off the tips like that, and you got a beautiful fly. And this will work for trout. Just tie it on another hook, and this will work as an libelle nymph, or your dragonfly nymph, you know. Yeah, it will work like, yeah. So, but I'm using it for sea trouts. That's why I call it the SeaDsea Nymph. It actually it's the same as an SeaDsea shrimp, or it's been done before. So I'm not. Yeah. So just make a we finish. And we are all done with our SeaDsea Nymph for sea trout. Yeah. But of course you can just tie some sea shrimps and they work great. And I'm gonna brush up and I'm gonna pull out just a little bit of the fibers. They are gonna, you know, if you pull out some of the dubbing fibers, the dubbing fibers will support the SeaDsea fibers of standing out a little bit. If you don't do that, they will just, so just pull out some of the dubbing. The same thing I do with when I tie pattegrisen. When I used to tie it, I don't tie it so anymore. So yeah, but you know, if you brush out a little bit dubbing, they will stand out like this, and the fly will, when they go like this, the feathers will stand out a little bit more. Just brush a little bit there, and you see. So there we go. That's the SeaDsea Nymph, and you can buy SeaDsea from me at my web shop. As I told you, I ship everywhere, to the States, to Germany, everywhere. You just can go in there, and I will answer you by mail as fast as I can. I answer, always answer, and we'll figure it out wherever you live. So there you go. That's the SeaDsea Nymph. So cool to tie with my own materials. I really like that. So yeah. Okay, there we go. That's the SeaDsea Nymph, and as you see, I have this fluorescent orange for sale, and I got some white, and I got the cinnamon. Those three colors, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna color up these colors the next following 2 weeks, because I need to have a lot of in stock, you know. If you have a suggestion of what type of color you would like on the SeaDsea feather, just contact me, and I will, if there's a color that looks great and you have a lot of success with it, I will color up it. No problem. I always ask you guys what we should do, because I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for you and for me, and yeah, it's easier now. It's going to be so easy to get SeaDsea feathers, because I'm gonna do this all year, so no problem. And of course, this is Jumbo feathers. I have a lot of small feathers for trout, so I'm also gonna a little bit later I'm coming out with the feathers for trout. So yeah, okay, my friends. So there we go. That's the SeaDsea Nymph, and thank you for watching. And you know, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.